You wait. Yeah. You wait. 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 You said tonight you feel lonely, and you want me to drive by. You say you feel a little homely, and you need me to increase the high. I love you to moan it. There is no end to what I do. I can be your opponent.
Sex in the pews. Sex in the pews. Sex in the pews.
Sex in the pew.
Greetings, you beautiful humans, and thank you, Chiclinas, my youngins. This is their old man and your friendly neighborhood podcast host, play-by-play man, color analyst for life, all wrapped up into one lovable package, Glenn Klein, on a beautiful day in Tampa Bay. For thank God, it's Friday, October 18th, 2019, the only 10/18/2019 in the history of humanity. Let us continue to choose on purpose, with a purpose, to get yourself a great weekend. Welcome back into the Jingleheimer Schmidt Farm Studios for another rendition of Organized Fun with a Purpose. Very pumped on this particular Friday. We've got special guest just coming out of said Jingleheimer Schmidt Farm's green room. Please welcome into the pews live James and Jayla.
Hey,
What up, Double J?
Yeah, you can also call me r.a.b or r.a.b. Yeah, I go by that when I do music.
R.a.b.
Yeah.
What's that stand for?
It's an acronym for, well, my nickname is Rabbit.
Yeah.
But I used to go by Young Rab. I'm not young no more. Very deep. So I changed it to R.A.B, which acronym is for rhythm and blues.
Right on.
So I love music, and I've been through pain in my life. So rhythm and blues. Bum, bum.
Did you enjoy that jingle? The opening.
Oh yeah,
That's
yes,
yeah. That's my son-in-law Angel, and my daughter Hannah, and their friends on the chant. And yeah, he's a huge rhythm and blues singer, songwriter. Angel Gabriel.
Oh, he sounds good.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
he's got a full ride now, 4-year scholarship to Savannah College of Art and Design. Full ride.
Oh, that's cool.
Only 8 music scholarships like that in the country.
Oh.
Or not
so
in the
he's
country,
a-
rather at SCAD, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
he's.
I'm so happy for him.
Right.
I know, right? And let's say hello to Jayla. Hello, Jayla.
Hello.
How are you?
Jayla in the house.
So we're going to meet these entrepreneurs, these entertainers, these porn stars momentarily. But as is my wont, I like to do a little foreplay. Need to get some foreplay music.
Yeah.
What's the best foreplay music, James? Like a little Al Green, a little Marvin Gaye.
Dang, I do like Al Green and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
I'll say though, I like something more like mystical sounding. So I like The Dream or like the new music from like Omarion and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really have a particular.
Yeah, I like
Music I like for
me
folk
either.
play.
Like I
What-
just like music. Well, I'm already in the mood, so I really don't even give a damn about really what the background's going on.
What percentage of the day are you in the mood, Jayla?
I don't know.
Like, are
Probably
you
like
kind of perpetually?
75%.
Are you like
throughout the day.
are you perpetually wet?
I hope so.
You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have to love up on that microphone. Push it a little bit closer, and just
Okay.
the bass can go all the way
Is that
almost
good?
off the table.
I'm just gonna sit in it like this.
That's good.
I feel comfortable like this.
That's awesome.
That's better.
Well, the foreplay is important. So unless you are driving right now, choir, beautiful humans across the terra firma, take some notes, because we are going to give you some valuable information that we
Yes.
like to do that will help you basically have better sex and stay away from religious thinking. You say, how's that going to be? Because anytime you get information that is healthy for the human soul, then you are in a better position to resist the temptation to not only feel guilt and condemnation and shame, but to also deliver it to people in your life. That's religion. You want to stay away from that if you can. And one of the ways that you can stay away from that is hearing truth and getting information, because knowledge is power.
Right.
And the same thing with having a healthy sexuality is if you stay away from guilt and condemnation and thinking that God may be judging you for, like, I don't know, doing exactly the way you were created to do.
Right.
You know what a fucking sadist God would be if
Yeah.
he would say, listen, I got this thing called the clitoris. You know what I'm saying? and it feels good just touching it. And that's all it's there for. I made that fucking thing.
Right.
But don't touch it.
Right.
You know, not to digress.
But that's what religion.
I was speaking
That's
with
why we
her
say
the-
we're not religious. We just believe in God. You know what I'm saying?
I was
Because,
speaking
like,
with her the
religious
other
pe-
day. Also, remember when I
Yeah.
was talking to you about Remember I was telling her. I said people could talk about killing and stuff, and we
Yeah.
watch horror movies and stuff. But damn,
and
they
it's crazy the
regulate
stuff
you
they
for
do
watching
in horror
porn.
movies. But you watch porn, it's like crazy. But that stuff is crazy. You see it. This is a
Right.
scary movie.
I'll tell you, all you need to know about our society is that.
Right.
If we have naked and lovemaking scenes in films, they get the NC-17.
Yep.
Right.
You can have people getting their heads chopped
For
off,
real, man.
being tortured, being raped.
Yeah.
Right.
But those will get an R.
Right. I don't like horror movies at
Yeah.
all, neither.
Me neither.
Me either. Me either.
I don't understand.
Me either.
I don't fucking
It's just
understand. man.
Me.
Like, those are serious situations in
Yeah,
life.
because
Why am I
that's-
sitting here watching it for entertainment, but I can't watch porn? Get out of here. What is going on? We can play fucking Metal Gear Solid,
We
but
can
I
shoot people
can't play
down, but
hentai
we can't
videos.
fuck people.
Fuck. This is crazy, man.
Oh my god.
Boy, we
It's-
program weird in this motherfucker.
it's all from, you know, where we this all started somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
This started when the Puritans came over
Right.
and decided that they were going to not respect the people who were living here. This is eventually, of course. The Puritans weren't necessarily involved directly with that. And then we're going to disrespect the people whose property it is, thinking that we just, you know, we're better because we're white, we're Christian,
Right.
we got down. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to take people that have more melanin in their skin,
Yeah.
and then we're going to force them to come to
Come
the
to-
country and then to build the country that we
And
stole
so-
from the natives.
Them. Yeah. That we stole from them.
Boy, the hustle game is serious.
And
ain't
we're
it?
the good people.
The-
That's what they'll say.
The fucking violence that this nation was founded on is reflected in how we rate movies. Violence is good, is
Right.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Making love, not so much.
Show
Right.
titties, man. You gotta close your eyes like you see Satan. Oh no, it's titties. No, but look at this M16.
Right.
It's gonna blow off your head.
They make you cover your nipples on Instagram.
Yeah.
You gotta blur them out. It's
Yeah.
really, it's so fucking twisted. We're all about the hashtag
It's like you're
free the
already
nipples.
seeing the whole boob. What the hell is it different from the nipple?
You want to know? You want to know what the difference is?
Yeah, please.
And this gets to the twistedness. We'll get to the
Yeah,
foreplay.
yeah.
So sometimes you don't kind of skip a foreplay. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to get to. I think the nipples are the source of sustenance and life.
Okay.
This is why they want to control our genitals,
Okay.
because if you can control the ability to reproduce and have sexual release and pleasure, you've really controlled somebody. So anything that is that life-giving and that pleasure-giving is going to be restricted and try to be regulated by the control, by the police, the pleasure police, the control freaks.
Right.
And so that's why you can't see genitalia. Oh my God.
Right.
You can't
That's-
say
no,
certain words.
you
Yeah.
can't see that. You can't see, you can see men's nipples because we don't give any sustenance out of there.
That's
but the
crazy.
woman's nipples, oh my God, we don't want people. You know what? We're gonna have
That's
companies that
crazy.
make fake milk. It's called formula. I got
Right.
6
Yeah.
kids and,
Yeah.
and we resisted the formula because you got the titties, you got the
I
sustenance.
have, and formula's expensive.
And
your
it's not-
titties are free, and it's healthy. What the hell? Why are you going to formula?
So it's all for the same thing: control and power. Information is power. You want to be empowered about anything? Get more information. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
We live in the goddamn information age, for Christ's sake.
That goes
Yes.
back to a
Yes.
situation I heard the other day watching an interview, and they was talking about people from the poverty areas, the hood, and they was saying that it's not cool to be smart, and that's why, because information is power.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So in our
Yeah.
area, they keep us dumbed down on information. So when you get information, they get scared.
Scared that you're gonna be.
It's a threat. For
overpowered,
some
yeah.
reason, I don't know. I can't explain it because I've never been
Because-
scared of information, but that is what is programmed.
because the people with the information, this is mostly subconscious.
Right.
This diabolical approach to our fellow beautiful humans is mostly subconscious, because one of the most human characteristics there are is that we always want what we can't have. You know?
Correct.
It's so human.
Right.
It's the grass is greener on the other side of the fence syndrome.
Correct.
And so when you have that mentality subconsciously motivating you, everybody knows, at least subconsciously, that we have no control.
Yeah.
I mean, it's verifiable. We have no control on the most important things, for sure.
right.
Yep.
You're a black brother, James.
Yeah, you're right.
What
I'm
ethnicity?
mixed. I'm Asian, Indian,
Yeah,
Native.
yeah. It's working for you, by
Yeah.
the way, Jayla.
And
Yeah, I'm Eastern European Caucasian.
right. And she's
and
Caucasian
I'm
as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
right.
But it's the way it is. It's how we were born. We
Right.
couldn't
Right.
control it.
Right. It sucks
I'm-
that we have to say that, right?
Right.
We
This
just
how we
human.
came.
God
Right.
damn it.
I'm 5'10". James, how tall are you?
5'6".
And Jayla?
4'11".
Okay. What did you guys do for that?
Right.
Nothing.
Okay.
Now that's pretty important how tall you are. It kind of sets the stage for your whole life.
Yep.
Where how comfortable you're going to be in certain situations.
Damn.
Clothes. I mean everything.
Yeah, everything.
The way you
yeah.
analyze it.
Really tall people get made fun of all the time. Really short people do. Fat people do. Skinny people do.
It's true. Yep.
Yeah. But what are you going to do about body shape? That was just how you came out. You can enhance it.
Yep.
What eye color? What ethnicity you
Yeah.
were born to? What era of human history
Yeah.
you were born?
Right.
What country? What socioeconomic?
Right.
What was your parental
You can't
situation?
help none of
you
that.
can't control how you were conceived.
Right. Can
And,
control
and there,
none of
there's
it.
some pretty good evidence now that the atmosphere and the connectivity, the energetic connectivity between mother and father, has a pretty significant impact on the baby. Makes sense.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. But we want what we can't have. We know we have no
Yep.
control,
Yep.
but we want it. So where do we seek it? Wherever we can get it. We seek it from our professions. That's why certain people are drawn to things like the military or
Yeah,
law enforcement
yeah.
or the clergy, like I was,
Because they want the control.
or residential camp directing, like I was. I was a residential summer camp director at that camp. The
Okay.
picture right up there, you guys. That's
Oh,
that's
that's
my camp in
nice.
northern Wisconsin. It's the most
I
controlling.
thought that was a professional picture. Like it was. Just
it was taken on.
I thought that was one of them
no,
pictures
like
that
you bought
had
from
the,
like the store.
yeah, with the cars in the garage type thing.
I made a postcard out of that. It's a double rainbow over Sand Lake. So
Yeah.
fucking beautiful.
It is.
So how big's your dick, James? Direct.
Oh man, that was random.
It's like
10 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 5'6".
With a
What's-
10-inch dick.
Yeah, what's your what's your dick's name?
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
That's what
Is
she
that?
called
I
it.
don't-
She
I don't
called
know.
it that when
That's
we
a-
used to
I don't think
webcam.
so.
We used to
coming
webcam. So I
back.
cock it back.
What's your vaginal area's nickname, Jayla? What do you call?
JayLa.
It's just Jayla's down there too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what did you do for your 10-inch penis?
Just lived.
Yeah, that's right. You did nothing.
No.
It just how it
just-
came
it
out.
came.
I never even,
it-
you know what's
We were
crazy?
born like that.
I didn't know it was 10 inches until we webcam. And then somebody asked her how big his dick is. And we had a 12-inch penis
Yeah, the
toy.
double.
So,
double
so I was
dildo?
like 2 inches
double
off of that.
dildo.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
like
so
2
we
inches
put it
off
in.
of that. So I was like, okay, that must be 10 inches.
So Yeah.
We've got a friend that's 10 inches. His name is Tim. His name is 10-inch Tim.
10-inch Tim. He should be in videos.
Yeah.
My son came to me one day. I've got 6 kids and 4 sons, and one of my sons, who's particularly well endowed, he was young, and he came to me and he said, "Pop, my dick's bigger than yours." And I said, "I know." I said, "Let me tell you something, bro. I did a lot more for you to get that big dick than you did, because you did nothing." I worked for that big dick. But see, he even said that about control, because the parent is in control
Right.
all the time. So he took a little advantage on me, but he didn't know he wasn't ready for that comeback.
Right,
'Cause I don't
right.
give a fuck.
Right.
I got what I got.
Yeah.
I'm like my body type. Unlike you, my body type average and thick. That's it.
Yeah.
And
But man, I grew on a dad bod, man. I had to lose a lot of weight,
Yeah,
man.
he had to get in the gym because he gained a lot.
Man, I
of
gained
weight.
a
I think
lot
he
of
was like
weight,
200
man. I
pounds.
started looking like.
So for somebody that's 5'6" to be like 200 pounds, that's pretty big.
that's
That's pretty big.
so you
Bubba the Love Sponge.
that's Jayla's nickname down there, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. So yeah, he went in the gym and started.
Yeah, you look
out.
good, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But you did nothing. But my son was taking some control, but I had information. I know that I'm average, that's good.
Right.
Average is fine.
Right.
And I know how to satisfy a woman.
Right.
So I don't have to take that.
Information is
Information
shit.
is
You
killer,
talk about
dude.
satisfied women, man. I digress. Man, okay, check this
When you
out.
digress from now
That-
on, you don't have to. The show's just about digressing.
Okay, okay.
We're
cool.
over
So
50
we ain't on no time.
We're 16 minutes into this, and I still haven't done the foreplay
Yeah,
yet.
you're right.
Okay,
Okay.
look, we're
Well,
gonna
check
get
this
to
out. Damn, what the fuck I was just talking about?
You're talking about that you were in the gym and
The gym. Boom.
and
boom.
control.
And
And
you said control. And what was the last thing you was talking about?
this is such a stoner move, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
man, we'll just go back to where we go back.
No. What I was going to say was I was talking about my son,
Uh-huh.
and you just were like, oh my God, information about sex. And-
Information about fucking sex.
Yes,
Ding,
fuck-
ding, 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 ding. We're back.
So,
We're back.
yeah.
Stoner moment.
We
Stoner
went to
moment.
Secrets, and
We're
I know this
back.
is probably what he's getting on.
Yes, we went to fucking
Secrets, and we learned
Secrets.
a lot of
And,
information.
oh my gosh, a lot of information. And this guy I ran into, he's gonna forever be anonymous in public. But he is the goddamn pussy eating fucking
Like master.
master. And shout out to you, brother.
Make his squirt.
Oh, I give you one of those.
Squirt everywhere. But he knew so much about pussy.
Pussy,
Like
yeah.
everything. More than a woman would know. It was just
The
crazy.
fucking pussy genius.
So he studied pussy. Like that was what he did. That was what he was into. So he studied pussy. So he was like,
Yep.
I could make a girl. He says eating is his thing. He likes the pleasure of eating. So he'll eat a girl for like 9 hours and just, not even, it doesn't even hurt him or matter to him. He'll just do that. So when he was doing that, he was telling him, like, I know all these different things and all these techniques, or a girl's woman, like her area, like where you got to do this, where you got to do that. And we were like, try it on me,
For those folks around the planet that don't know what Secrets is, please explain to the beautiful humans.
Well, we're swingers, so this is a lifestyle resort where swingers and nudist people can go.
And you run into like-minded people that run around naked like you and don't even care. And they have like playrooms and things like that, so you guys could go in there. And it's really nice. Like they have themed out rooms that are really set up. It's a very cool place.
Here in the Tampa Bay region.
In
Hook us
Orlando
up with that
area.
membership secrets we show y'all out.
Yeah.
The I-4 corridor.
But yeah, so they have a lot of places like this, but in Florida. Majority of them are like in Florida. So we have a lot of people. We've seen a lot of people that literally travel from all the way up top of the state.
From Australia, remember?
Australia, different countries to come here to that place to, people go to Jamaica because there's another really big one in Jamaica. So people travel for this stuff. So we ran into like people that are really older and really, hot couples are out there and just it's
It's about not so hot couples.
I mean, It was a lot of people.
Yeah,
just
there's a lot of
in
people.
general. It's
In
the
general.
That's the
environment.
thing. It's a
It's
nudists and
yeah.
swingers come in all shapes
and sizes.
and ages.
It's all about
So
what
it
you
was
want, you
a
know.
lot of people out there. So it really didn't matter. It's just the environment. People were so nice. They talked to you. You know, you could sit there naked and not feel some way. People don't judge you. People don't look
You
at
could
you
talk
crazy.
about fucking and stuff, and you
you
don't
could
seem.
fuck right there in front of all these
Yeah,
people.
and you don't seem.
and you don't look crazy.
Because we all the same people. So
'Cause
it's like,
they will
oh,
get
they
in.
fucking.
They just be like, oh, look at they fucking, oh my, and they'll join you, or they're like, oh, they're sexy or something.
Do you guys ever hear of the bonobo monkeys?
What's
No,
that?
what's
No.
that?
Dr. Susan Block at HBO has done specials on her research. She's a sexologist, and she's been a guest on the show. And she studied bonobo monkeys. And all bonobo monkeys do all day long is have sex with each other. They settle their arguments by sex.
That's a species of monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bonobo, the
And
bonobos.
I
And they've
bonobo
never
monkey.
been seen in the wild or in captivity killing another bonobo, ever. See, that's
'Cause they just get
Dude,
it
that's
on.
like the
They just fuck
lifestyle
each other.
resort. People there
That's
don't
it.
fucking argue. Like
Right.
it don't matter how tense you like know how to talk it over or
right.
something.
Exactly. So we're headed that way. We're supposed to have evolved from monkeys. I don't know about that so much, but
Me either.
but we need to evolve into those monkeys. That I can tell you. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So who you texting, James, right now?
No, I want to see the bonobo monkey.
Oh, he's going to the
He's
bonobos.
Googling
yeah,
the bohobo.
Okay, they kind of look like chimpanzees.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
cute.
yeah, they're cute. They are cute. The bonobos
And
monkeys.
they is the cute little. Oh, those monkeys. Oh, that's what they call bonobo monkeys. I never knew what the monkeys was called. Learn something new every day.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to announce, make an official Sex in the Pews announcement. Dun, da, da, da. The foreplay will be forlorn today, and we will not be doing the foreplay.
We could do the four.
No. I can't do it now. Can't do it. We can't do it. It's going to be a buzzkill. Trust me.
Okay.
I've been doing this radio thing for 45 years. This is time to move on.
All right.
But it's a good radio tease because it's very possible the next Sex in the Pews next week
Yeah.
we'll have it's not life-saving information that I have, but it is fucking powerful information. Now what are you doing, James? Changing battery? James is YouTubing this, or not live YouTube, but recording for future promotion. And so you guys are all over the place, JayLa. You're on YouTube. You've got, what's the website?
Well, YouTube, we do a lot of our, music and like commercials on there because we do shoes too. We make shoes. So making shoes, we want to promote it. So we, got a lot of stuff on YouTube. He has a lot of his music on YouTube.
So when people ask you eventually at Secrets or whatever club
They
you're
come
at,
and ask, are we the porn stars that you seen? Like they seen us before, and
Yeah,
they
but
say,
when
are
they-
you them?
That
right?
was
But
amazing
when they
that they did that.
but when they say,
I was
"What do you
surprised.
do?" How do you explain what you do?
Well,
all told.
we usually start off. They be like, "What y'all do?" And I'd be like, "Oh, we're entertainers." Well, not at Secrets, because at Secrets is more comfortable. You could be like, "I'm a porn star," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then we'd be like, "Yeah, we make other media," because we have other entertainers that do stuff like skateboarding, and we have other rap artists, and we have a person that does vlogging. We have rap artists. We have
So you guys are creatives,
Real
Yes.
creative.
Yes.
and you are
we got a big
entrepreneurs.
family of creative people as well.
Yeah, that's so cool. And so, what's the website?
JayLaInc.com. That's the website for all the porn.
For the
JayLa
porn.
Inc.com.
Yep.
That's for the porn.
That's
Yep.
what.
What about where for the shoes?
And then shoes, it's the JayLas.
Oh, the
With
JayLas,
the S.
Yeah.
.com.
What makes your shoes extra special?
Because they're made by me. No, because they're really good shoes though. They're handmade. They're Italian made. They're very on top of it. You know what I'm saying? The shoes. You need not just the shoes. The shoe boxes. You should see them. They look like, what do you call that? Another shelf. Like you could use it for a
the
panty
shoes.
drawer.
The shoes.
The
is
way the
very
box
great.
is even like it's really well made. And
It's our design.
the design is very unique.
We custom made the
I have 'em on my
designs.
feet
We got them
Right
patented.
now.
We have JayLa femelas. We have high heels. We have boots. So we have everything.
You have fuck me heels?
Yes,
Yep.
we have fuck me heels. And the
Yep.
shoes that actually JayLa has, the JayLa Femelas, the ones she has on, those actually are heels.
Heel Nike, like heel
Yeah.
tennis shoes. So they have heels in it.
Yeah.
So for short women like me, you could wear tennis shoes and stuff.
And we have them for both
taller.
men and women.
Yeah.
So
You have the fuck me heels for men too.
no, but
I mean, if they wanted
wanna
to
wear the
order it,
heels,
if
yeah,
they were
could
in
they
that
could
shoe
fit 'em,
size,
whatever
then
you
do what
whatever
you
wanna
do.
do.
Buy them because it puts money in my pocket.
That's exactly right. And
So buy 'em.
and it makes people happy. both.
Yes,
So it's-
but they're really nice shoes. All around, they're really nice shoes.
It's a win-win. How old
They're
are you?
really
gu-
cute.
How old are you guys?
I'm 30. Jayla's 30.
33.
Oh, so you guys are just getting going.
Yeah.
Well, I've been
We've been in it.
doing this
Yeah.
forever. It's
We
a
own
lot
the
of work.
business for like
A lot of
since
work.
I was. How old were you? 22.
And how old were you at the
22?
time?
I think I was 22, and he was like 20.
I was like 25.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did you guys meet?
We
We
met
met
when we was
young.
teenagers through a mutual friend, and
We met really
yeah,
young.
we
I was
met
16,
as teenagers through a
17,
mutual
and yeah,
friend.
he
I was a young guy, like
Yeah.
19,
Where?
18, in St.
In St.
Petersburg,
Petersburg,
Florida, where
yeah.
I'm from.
The bird.
St. Petersburg, 727. I love y'all guys. That's why I know how to be so creative. It's
But yeah,
so
we
fucking
met
hard
there.
sometimes there. So you got to come up with some shit.
But that's how we like. Yeah, we met very young, and then we started doing like he was already doing music when
Yeah.
I met him, and I was like 16, going on 17. I was like 17 basically, and he was already doing music. He was already real creative. He was already in like
Doing
clubs
music
and
production
yeah,
and stuff.
and he was
done
already doing
songs
recording his
with
own music.
DJ
What high school did you
Trends
guys go to?
and stuff.
I went to Dixie.
I went to Palm Harbor High because I had moved away from St. Petersburg for like 2 years because I got in a lot of trouble. So my mother moved us up to Palm Harbor, which she thought it was the suburbs because it was predominantly
But she
white.
didn't know,
But you know,
them white
it's crazy.
people.
Our people from
Get
our culture, man, from the
down.
hood, we don't really acknowledge that. Oh yeah, they damn just the same damn
Some
people.
They
It's
the
bad
just
same
white
shit.
boys.
yeah, they
Everybody-
just was in the damn house. That's the first
everybody's
time
the
I
same.
smoked weed. That's the first time I skipped school out of school. That's the first time I had sex. I did my first time everything.
Yeah.
How old were you when she moved you up there?
Huh?
How old were you when she moved you up there?
I was like 15, 16.
And what kind of trouble had you gotten into that precipitated that
Well, just
sojourn?
fights down here in St. Petersburg. I just got in like regular teenage boy stuff, like fights and skipping class. But then I got up there, they was like, you can skip school, and you can smoke weed out of this Cheeto thing I made. It's called a bong. You know what I'm saying?
Cheeto thing.
Yeah, it was the Cheeto Poppets. The 3D.
I know what you meant. It's hilarious.
They made me. That's the first time I ever smoked weed. It was so freaking funny.
With the white boys and
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Skipped school, came back. It was in the morning. No, it was in the morning before school. I walked in there and I remember creeping by the damn vice principal, like tiptoeing, like he couldn't fucking see me. And I know he probably was looking at my little ass like, what's wrong with this?
Get,
Yeah,
get
he
over here,
high.
little ass 10-inch dick. Right now, I see that thing hanging out. What the fuck? So, did you guys both graduate?
No.
No.
Neither of you graduated.
No.
Oh, I got my GED.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So
nope,
did you
nah.
no GED? And see, there's people out there right now who either haven't graduated, haven't gotten their GED,
Mm-hmm.
certainly haven't gone to college.
Right. I went to
And-
college a little.
And let me tell you something, it don't make a difference anymore today.
It don't.
No, I'm telling you.
You're wasting
now we
your
were
pockets.
talking.
You're
Knowledge
wasting your money.
is really, really important.
But you could get it anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on the internet, anywhere these days. You don't have to pay them to give you
Sex in the
that.
Pews.
You don't have to pay them that.
No, and so even the people that do go in there and are brilliant and they study whatever they study, they're still going to have to do what you guys have been doing for a long time if they're going to make it.
Yeah.
Right. You have to
And
work.
They're going to have to work after doing all of that work of studying with them and paying them.
So we were initially talking about control.
Correct.
Why do you think that education costs so much? Because then the banks can control. They got the debt, and then you got to pay the banks, and then you're gonna be their customer and their slave for life.
Right.
Or a lot of people, 100,000, 200,
200, yeah.
quarter mil in
Yeah.
student debt.
Yeah.
I think it just
You're their
all at the
bitches.
end of the day, it's
It's
all
another
about
hustle.
Right.
It's
just a hustle.
And
It's
then
It's
they
another
bring
hustle.
you into what's supposed to be a liberal, open-minded flow of
Right,
information,
right.
and they indoctrinate these kids.
Yep.
And I'm not
Right.
talking about everybody, but it's a huge
It's-
problem.
yep.
And everybody on all sides of the political divide recognize that this whole thing about not being able to hear a differing point of view. This is not a positive development. So stay away. That's my advice. And start making some money.
Start making some real money.
Travel. Yeah.
Do it within you, because we are born with making money. Why are you working for somebody that's making the money and giving you it, and you're doing his work?
Exactly.
In my opinion, I feel like when people go to stuff like colleges, institutions, even technical schools or anything, if you ain't you should apply it. If you're not applying it and trying to create a business while you're going taking up these trades and stuff,
You're wasting time.
it's pretty pointless because
You
that's all it's
don't
about.
even have the head start. You're thinking you're getting a head start, but in the end, you're getting a late start.
But on
You're
top of that,
losing.
I feel like that's what it's about. It's about building something. You got to build a foundation. Even if you do go work for other people or contract with other people, you still need to build on
Listen,
your own thing.
I'm not saying that education is beneficial, even higher education.
Right.
My daughter graduated from UCF, Hannah. She got her Master's of Fine Arts from SCAD in Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
Angel, her husband, is now at SCAD. But they are specifically being groomed and trained
Yep.
for their profession.
Right.
Yep.
Not this just general
Yep.
bullshit
Yep.
that they control. You could get a college education for what's really important probably a year.
Yeah.
But it's got to be at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Why 4 years? Why
You
4
gotta
years?
do math and
Where the
all
hell
this shit
did-
Because
again.
they want to take your time.
Where the
Because
hell
your
did
time
they-
is
and then
precious.
nobody
and that's
does
where
it
the
for
money
you.
come in.
Yeah.
That's
They
where the
need that
fucking
money.
bullshit come in. Because
They
man,
need their money.
I remember I went to college, and that's what made me want to drop out of college. Because I went to college, right? And I went to college, and they like, oh, you got to take
They
this
start
and this
handing
and
you
it's
all
like,
types of money.
It's like fucking high school again. I'm like, damn, hold on. I just came for fucking web design. Like,
Now you got to do math. You got to do
math
science.
and reading and science and shit. This is
All
boring. Like, I don't want to hear about this stuff. I want
That's
to
why
come
you need to go
from
to a
web
trade
design.
school. Take up
Oh
a
my
trade
God,
school
just
and get grants.
fucking
If you're
doing it.
getting into school, take grants.
All right, so
Do
you
that.
had sex in what Palm Harbor, was it?
Huh?
Did you say that's where
My first time having sex?
That was in
Yeah.
Palm Harbor from St. Pete. You didn't have
Yes.
sex when you were
No.
15, 16.
No.
All right, what was the scenario for your first?
It sucked.
What was it? What
It was my birthday.
How old were you? Being
I was 16.
All
My
right.
16th birthday, sweet 16. And fucking, it was this girl that liked me, right? And she liked me so much, and she's always liked me. And she's like, I'm going to get you. And I didn't like her.
how
as
old was
much.
she?
She was about my age, about
Uh-huh.
a year younger or something. But I didn't. She was so pushy that it made me kind of like, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? And then she wound up walking home with me and my friend. No, she didn't walk home with me and my friend. She was like, I want to come over and hang with y'all. So I was like, hey, that's cool. You come hang out. You know what I mean? I wasn't having sex. I ain't planning on nothing. And my friend Steve was like, you're going to get something today. And I'm like, no, the fuck
how
I'm
did
not.
how did he say it?
You're gonna get something today. It's your birthday. You're gonna get something today. And I'm serious. Like my mom, this is the other truth. My mom was like one of those mom, like, you go catch crabs. You go get this. You go get that. So I
Try
was
to
like,
scare you with sex.
she basically did scare me with sex. So
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to fucking have. Especially this girl was like, she seemed like so.
Pushy.
Yeah, man. She seemed like she wanted to eat me every time she see me. She was like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get. And I was like,
Was she
no.
attractive?
She was cute.
Yeah. So
She definitely
so
ain't no Jayla.
when she saw when she finally saw a shotgun, what was her?
She was cute. She was a little 7.
She was a 7. But what about when
But
she
she
when
was
she,
fast.
when she finally saw a shotgun? She must have been a little bit surprised, shocked.
No, not really. Because this what happened. We was both sitting in the room with my boy Steve. And he ran out. And he was like, and he like, boom, closed my door. So he was like holding my door closed. I was like, no. And then I was stuck. And she's like looking at me and she laid down. And I just did my little thing. I didn't even know what I was doing, man. It was so crazy. Like, I was like, I swear it was like the weirdest moment in the world. 'Cause I didn't feel nothing. It was the weirdest shit. Like my first time was like, cause I didn't feel nothing. Like it just was. I was just pumping. I was trying to do what I thought I seen on the porn video.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just like, pumping. She ain't even made no noise. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. And then I got done, and I was like, I hope I did a good job. And she said, you ain't really know what you was doing, but you new to this. And then that's when it came to my head, like, damn, what you been doing? Like, what the
If you didn't feel her, chances are she'd been doing a lot.
No, let me finish this story.
All right, please.
This girl was like 14, 15, and wound up she was doing a whole bunch of shit. And she wound up doing a whole bunch of friends and a whole bunch of it was crazy because I was young, you know what I mean? And I ain't know, like, this girl wound up being, like, hella experienced. Like, I got a homeboy that she was dating one time, you know what I mean? He jokes about that story all the time. Like, that girl is crazy. I'll never want to meet her ass again.
Jayla, what was your first experience? How old were you?
I was 15, and it was like I was in high school. I was in Dixie, and he was my boyfriend for like super long, like through the thing. Like we talked forever, but I never had sex with him. And we finally, like, we end up having sex, but to me, it was just like, it was scary. You know, I was like timid. It was my first time. And then after that, that's when I found out he cheated on me before. So it was like we ended up breaking up right after everything.
Right.
So it wasn't really, it sucked. It was like, okay, my first boyfriend sucked. Because after I gave him me, I found out he was already cheating on me like the whole time. You know?
Right.
That's what made it suck.
All men are cheaters.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
That's why that's why the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because once
Right.
you're in polyamory or openness or swingers or alternative approach, there's no more cheating.
Yep.
Because now that you're sharing
now
that
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
That's what we advocate for.
Right.
Is if you want to be monogamous, if that's your
If
particular
that's
spiritual
good for
practice,
you, and if it's easy for you to do, and that's easier in your life, and you guys are doing it well, then kudos to you.
yeah, my daughter and her husband. That now this is the third time I've talked. They've been on the show, sang on the show, and they have been dating since they were 16. They've been married 6 years. It's it. That's the only people they've ever been with,
Right.
and they know what I think, what I promote, which is openness and multiple
right.
experiences. But here's what they said. It was very interesting. They said that they were the only ones on the planet that had seen each other that way. And to them,
interesting.
that was a really unique
They're
thing
both
on the
each other
planet.
first.
Not only just their first, but they're the only ones that have seen themselves at the height of sexuality.
That's good.
And that was a pretty unique thing for them. And
So that's good they met each other that way, and they were able to see, if I would have met somebody like me when I was that way, then it would have been that type of experience probably.
I think if
But
me and her would
I
have met, we
didn't-
would have had like
Right. If I would have met him before my first, then we probably would have had that type of experience.
well, but see, also, you probably, because most things are genetic, and this is the way that you guys were designed.
We were born this way.
Yeah, she told me
Right.
that. We had we got this thing called Couples United, and we had this thing, and I was talking to her, and
Everything's
she
with a
was like,
feel with me.
she's
I've
like, I
always
think,
been this
she's
way.
like, I think you always been this way. You just, but I don't know, cause like I was scared of sex. But I was always around people who promoted sex, like my grandfather and my uncles. They used to show me porn, and they used to be like, touch that lady titty. and look at
God
this
bless them.
porn. Yeah, like my grandfather.
OGs.
Yeah, they was in the game, kind of.
Yeah, that's
that.
that's
So-
how I raised my kids after I got out of the religion. But what I was going to say was that even if you guys would have gotten together originally, you'd be sharing your life, I think, the way that you are now.
Right,
Angel and
right.
Hannah, nope. They would never go to a swingers club.
right.
They would never do anything like that. But they have infused enough freedom where there's openness in the discussion, but they have a very unique, and I would say less than 1% of the planet experience and circumstance. The challenges that so many, especially women, see that and go, oh, that's the fairy tale. The wedding, the honeymoon,
Right.
the beautiful husband, the family, fidelity. Fuck that
That's
shit.
like 1%.
Yeah, and that would be like saying, I'm not going to be satisfied in my life unless I'm Steve Jobs,
Right.
or Bezos,
Right,
or
right,
whoever
right.
the fuck of those, Warren Buffett.
Right.
Well, that's
Somebody
or Michael
major,
Jordan,
right.
whoever.
I think those trials we went through in our life sexually is what brought us to this point. You know what I mean? To this where everything, like we talk about God, and just to go back into that, I think God like brings everything how it's supposed to be. So like I went through all those trials. I had to go through that because I had to learn how to build a gut. You know what I mean? Build a gut for that moment when I wanted to see my wife get bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? And I can handle it. Nah, for real, cause I got hurt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they was hurt. Like I was so dedicated. I had that imaginary thing, and they little girls, so they like, oh, this boy cute, up my legs. And me, I'm thinking like, no, just one girl. No, why you do that? Why you talking to my friend, sleeping with my friend? And I'm young though, but I'm thinking of it how my elders, cause I see nothing that.
Yes.
But then I met her, and it became worth it. And then I was like, she need to have all the fun. And now my gut was able to fathom it because I've been through all that.
Yeah,
So
but I
was able to
don't
handle
think
it.
I want to be fair to the audience here. I don't think, and they know this, that God had anything to do with that. nothing. It's just how it worked out for you.
Right,
I don't think God said, I'm going to give this guy James a 10-incher, see how he can deal with that, but only make him 5'6".
Nah, but
But why? Why?
the way I put it, because the reason I put it through God is because everything is everything, and I look at God as being everything. So everything is everything,
Yes, but what I'm saying is that there wasn't a design specifically for you to do that, or for anybody.
Right.
It's just how it works out,
Right.
and then it's how our mom and dad's egg and sperm came together.
Right.
It's just the person that got formed out of that unique moment, you know. And here we are.
Yeah.
So you guys met in your 20s, that about 10 years
No,
ago.
we was in our teens.
Oh, you met in the teens.
Yes.
We got into the adult
When you were in their
life
20s.
born in the 20s.
And so, how quickly did you guys have sex after you met?
After we met, like 3 days after.
3 days, and then it was.
I don't think it was
Well,
like 3 days.
But relatively
Yeah.
recently.
It was
It
pretty
wasn't
I
like
met
months.
you-
It wasn't
no,
like
it
your first
wasn't months.
boyfriend.
No, it
No.
wasn't a month.
No.
Nah, it definitely wasn't a month.
I think we seen each other and we were like, yeah, this is who I'm gonna be with.
I
This
knew
is who
she
I
was gonna-
want.
yeah.
This is who I
You
want.
guys are so hot together. You guys go, oh, I know so.
Right.
I haven't seen any videos
Thank
either,
you.
but I will.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
People say
Everybody
that
tells
all
us
the
all the time.
time.
And I
but
say everywhere we go, people stare at us and they start flocking our way. And I'm like, we just
be
draw that
looking normal.
attention.
I be thinking we normal because I'm used to seeing this ever since I was 19.
I don't know who's prettier, Jayla or James, frankly.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
I take that as a
Yeah, I
compliment.
know. We
man.
are a good looking couple.
Do you guys have kids?
Yes,
Yep.
we do.
I bet they're gorgeous.
Yes.
How old are they?
5, 3, and 2.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
why I couldn't call
Lily.
you, man. That house is busy.
Busy.
Just double what you guys are going through, then you'll know what we went through with 6.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
We got pregnant 3 years in a row. My wife did. And my beautiful, crotchety old Jewish grandmother, that's where the Jesus Christ Lillian comes from, because my grandfather would always yell at her and go, Jesus Christ Lillian. And so we just incorporated the Lillian into our Jesus Christ, so we say that. But Granny Lil, she called me after Dawn was pregnant with number 3, and I said, Granny, guess what? And she said, what? I said, Dawn's pregnant again. And there was no congratulations. That's wonderful.
She was so used
I'm
to it
so
by
happy.
then.
It's like, oh, gosh.
No mazel tov, nothing. Here's what she said. She goes, you can pee through that thing too.
Damn, old babysitting. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was no babysitter.
She hated it.
She was a great grandmother.
Oh,
Okay.
great grandma.
But my mom, Grandma I, she's spent a lot of time with the kids.
Well, them babysit. What we gonna do without grandmas, man? We'll go crazy. It'll be no intimacy.
Yes.
Hell.
None.
Well, we just have our first grandchild, and Dawn she's with him like 4 or 5 days a week, and I mean pouring her life into him. It's really very cool. Connor Klein.
I can't
Yeah.
wait
from
to
downtown.
have grandkids.
Just you're fine
Yes.
right now. Just
we
just
need
chill
to
the
take our
fuck out.
time.
I told her I
know,
wanted
we
10
need to chill the
kids.
fuck
Bro,
out.
you can pee
Look,
with that thing
okay.
too.
I told her I wanted 10 kids, man. She like, I can't have no more kids. And
I
I
tied
said,
my tubes.
she's like, you
at
gotta
3.
have kids with someone else.
That's it. 3's enough. It's hard to believe that
And I ain't
body
take care of no other
has
kids.
had 3
want
kids.
to.
I
Yeah.
can't take care of no more than that.
That's why we had that
Blow my brain out.
Did you
Get some
nurse
more
your kids,
kids.
Jayla?
Yeah.
They were.
Well, I nursed them and then partially.
Those
I would
are
say.
wonderful.
Only one you went full.
Those are wonderful.
No, I did all of them. I start off breastfeeding.
Those are wonderful nursing devices you have.
Thank you.
Yes,
But
very
one
nice.
of them
What's-
I
what's-
full blown breastfed.
What? What did you do?
I full blown
Oh,
breastfed.
I see. So the other was expressing, and
The other one I had kind of some formula, like they drank formula and breast milk. You know,
how big are your breasts? What size are they?
They are 34C.
Wow. Well, they're perfectly proportional to your body.
Yeah.
They look bigger than that.
Damn,
Do they?
Although the bra you have
It
on
is-
is just
it's,
fucking amazing.
it's the shirt. I think it's the
is that-
cleavage.
yeah, it's just amazing.
I
The
was telling
shirt,
them, man, the
the
interesting
shirt.
thing about boobies, man, I said they can even be small as long as they proportionate, as long as
Yeah.
everything look good on it.
I just
Everything
listen,
fit good.
See, I was
you
bigger.
just make sure
just like a
your
week.
nipples not covered because we want to be on YouTube. You gotta make sure the nipples. I was gonna ask you to take your shirt off, but we're on fucking YouTube, so you can't do that.
We have things called editing
It's a very
programs.
well. Take off your. Let's see what you got going there. In reality, come on.
Oh, my bra
Yeah.
or my top?
Yeah, the whole thing. Let's see your areolas.
We do porn.
They're really. Yes, you do.
That's the other.
Oh yeah, those are just lovely.
But they drop.
I would.
They're real.
Yeah, but those are fucking like those nipples are like perfect. I would like to nurse on those nipples.
They real.
You know what I'm saying?
Real boobs.
Yeah. So just feel comfortable, dress, undress as you want.
Real boobs.
So how did you guys develop? Not only obviously sex life is wonderful, it's beautiful, you're young people, a lot of testosterone, there's a lot of hormones flying, but when did you guys decide, and how did that conversation go that you're going to go into the sex industry?
Well, actually, this is because it's a real situation. We've been together so long, so we've been through so much. I used to be real like jealous, but then I would one day this would happen. One day I was having sex watching porn.
Yeah.
We always been kinky, and I was like, shit, watching screw my wife, and I was like, I want somebody to screw my damn wife, and then I thought I was crazy. I was
And
like,
then
no,
you said fuckmywife.com, and it said, oh, I'm not the only one.
yeah, kind of like that, And then we was trying to get into we was expanding, doing different things because I was doing the music, and then we started expanding the brand, and she
I
wanted to do
always
modeling.
yeah. I
She
always
wanted to do like modeling,
modeling.
so we started swimsuit modeling. Then I started looking on
And then
for
it was, like,
gigs,
nude
and it was more
modeling, and
nude
then-
modeling. She was comfortable with that, and then we got a call, and it was damn Bang Bros one day.
Yeah,
And
they
it was
called
like-
us. They contacted us and
It was like, you want to shoot?
hey, we
It
wanna
was
do a
somebody
shoot.
booked us from Bang Bros, so they was like, yo, we got to shoot. You want to do for Bang Bros? And that's how it just wound up.
And then
porn.
that's how we end up doing porn, because they said, well, what are your limits? We'll make it comfortable so you guys could do it together as a couple. You guys do a scene together.
Because we went through a
and
lot of
everything.
people that
So-
wanted to do porn, but they wanted her to do with other people. And that's when we newly got into the lifestyle. So we was having sets in front of people, like at Fantasyland and stuff.
theaters and things
theaters
like that.
and stuff. But we definitely wasn't,
Recorded.
or having sets with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
at
the
that
time.
time.
Right.
So at the time when we first started doing porn, it was me and him only still having sex. We didn't have sex with other people at that time. We were still exploring, like we were just sexual people.
Right.
We liked sex. So
We
after
liked sex.
Yeah.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
God bless you.
So then after that, we started doing our own porn because they told us, like, we start talking to the person that was producing it, and he was like, no, the real money is like making your own and selling your own,
He gave us
because
some
There it
game.
what
is.
we're
He
doing,
gave us some game.
he gave us game. He was like, what we're doing is we're paying you, but we're gonna forever be making money off of you.
And he
And
told
you're
us
just
it's a
getting that
slower
one
dollar,
time pay.
slower dollar, but
It's
you
a
own the
slower
shit.
dollar, but you have your full ownership
Right.
and your own. This is all yours.
Right.
And see, with me doing music and stuff and already into that type of business, I understood, what he
understood,
was saying. And I was
right.
like, damn, it worked
We
like
get
this in
it.
porn too?
Right.
So I was like,
we just
shit.
like branded
It works in everything.
Everything.
Right. And then-
Everything.
Then the blessings came of YouTube and all these distribution companies and stuff that's easier access instead
To where
of
you could just put
fucking
yourself
start
out there.
really being Prince.
Twitter, all these other places where you could just, connect with people.
What scenario, after you got over the hump of having your own company and bringing in multiple people and stuff like that, what scenario was the most emotionally or physically challenging?
We
surviving, 'cause-
surviving during that, because when you're independent, you have to think you're making your own money. You're not looking for anybody else to make it. You have to go out there and you have to get it. So what you're putting out is what you're getting in. We weren't the richest people in the world. We went
Still
to
not.
homeless shelters. We went to
Yeah.
everything.
We lived out of hotels.
Yes,
we was
we
struggling,
were
man. We lived out our
struggling.
car.
Where
all
you
kinds of
where
stuff.
are you now?
We own our own home
got a
now.
house now.
God bless. But
And what did you pull in today? Jayla? What were you driving?
A Porsche.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, a Porsche Cayenne. That's right. But a Porsche, yeah. But
I still drive a Honda though.
yeah,
Don't get
we
it twisted. I
regular
still
people.
drive a Honda.
We're
See, I got a
regular
Honda
people.
Get it
Accord
twisted.
right there, and it got a
We're
bumper
still-
bump. It got a bumper butter.
We're still
What
regular
we gonna
people.
call it? A bumper butter, or what we gonna call
But
it?
that was definitely the hardest time for us, was grinding and not seeing an outcome of anything.
Grinding, but not
Getting anything.
getting
Yeah.
it. Grinding
we
in
were
more
not
than one way.
getting
You know what I'm
nowhere,
saying?
right.
Right.
And people think that's when people stop or they do this, but then a miracle happens. Things happen
But a lot of
in your
celebrities
life.
and a lot of independent owners go through the same thing.
Of course.
But the thing
You're
about
gonna get so many no's
the
before
thing
you get
about
a yes.
celebrity status, though, like even though we celebrities, a lot of people hold facades. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right.
that's when people think they got more than they're doing or doing more than they're doing, and they think that these people not struggling. But a lot of these people
It's
are going through the
struggling.
same
Are going through this
stuff, you know what I
struggle.
mean?
So
One of the first chapters of my book, I list pages of quotes from the most accomplished people ever, like Abraham Lincoln or Michael Jordan or Winston Churchill. I mean, just people that are just world-renowned, world-famous forever.
Right.
And all of them talked about the importance of failure.
Right.
You can't succeed if you don't fail.
Yep.
It's not
Man,
possible.
them people
right.
hit rock
That's
bottom.
right.
A lot of those successful people hit
they
rock
already hit it.
bottom.
Yeah.
They just like no, there ain't no stopping it.
We did a Salvation
They
Army
ain't
commercial
stopping it.
because we was the only family
'cause
that
we
didn't do
were,
like
we were
drugs.
literally there, and the Salvation Army is like, we need a commercial.
Like that, you literally
We
had
lived-
lines in it.
It was our
We-
testimony.
We really lived in the Salvation Army.
Do you,
the
do you remember, do you remember
shelter.
anything you said?
You can see it on YouTube.
You can. You
Go to JayLa Inc.
Oh, it's on there.
They
Yeah.
they showed it
on,
to the
dude.
city.
Subscribe to the
yeah.
JayLa Inc.
See, that's
YouTube. We
what's-
got the
We wanted
Salvation
to
Army.
show you that we are real
It's
people.
called The Struggle of an Entertainer. I have nothing to hide because I know where I come from. I got people still out there struggling.
Yep.
And we're not rich. We just stable.
We're just
And that's
We're
blessing
just
enough
blessed,
for us. Because
I'm
like
gonna
my wife
say.
said, man, we had a time we had to worry about
we
paying
had to worry about
every
paying
bills,
rent.
or
we had to
when
worry about
you working a
we
regular
are
job.
rent-free.
You
We
doing
are, you know what I'm
entertainment,
saying?
right? And you working a regular job. And then you trying to pay for hotels and stuff. Do that shit.
A hotel costs us more than a
It's
house
a damn
at the end of the
You pay
day,
people
and you
rent in
don't
a
get
week.
nothing but a room. You know what I'm saying? And you
$525,
can't get out of
$600
that
a week,
lifestyle
you
if you
know?
can't save. And you can't save if you're constantly dishing out to high expenses.
That's right. So once you guys started getting over the hump and started filming,
Right.
what sexual situations challenged you the most at the first? You know, at first you guys were just doing each other.
It was like just the shyness for me. Like I was very I had to get over feeling comfortable because, you know, Lydia's shy, but JayLa's more out there. It was like a different person I had to tune into to be able to get on this webcam
right,
or to
but
do
you
that.
but you start with James, just doing you and James, and then all of a sudden, what did you ever do like a gangbang scene?
Yeah,
Did
she
you-
got scenes with
Yeah.
other people. That's
We
because
all
we
do.
got really personally more into swinging.
See, what happened is we started meeting more people. We need to meet more people to be able to be down. It's hard to do it because a lot of people are not down for that. You could be like, oh, you're so sexy, you're all this, but they're all fucking talk. A lot of people are talk. They're not living this life.
It's not just this life.
They're
they ain't
not
living. You know what I'm
living
saying?
this
Like,
life. They
like,
really
oh my
just
God.
talk, and they're
Right.
all just a pretenders and all this. And you don't know this until you get into it, and you're the ones that are really about that life, and they're not. And you're like, what the fuck are you wasting my time for? You know what I'm saying? So it was really hard to meet that. And then when you're first coming to be that person, you're shy about it. You don't know how to expose it because you're around a bunch of these fucking liars all the goddamn time. So you don't even know how to be your fucking self around these damn people. You're like, okay, are we gonna do it? Are
So
we
yeah,
not? Are we
you're
this or that?
first of all, you're trying to have sex on camera. That's a challenge enough.
Yeah.
And then you're surrounded by people that don't have integrity on top of it. It's
Yeah.
just that must have been fun.
Well, no, it's hard to just find people that are genuinely just into the life.
You guys found us. I think James, you reached out to
Yeah,
us.
I'm always hustling.
What's the song?
Always hustling.
No, how's that song go?
Every day I'm hustling,
hustling,
hustling, hustling. Shout out to Rick
Yes.
Ross. Thanks for Florida. We love you.
Let's hear a little bit more of it. You know that song?
Every day I'm hustling, hustling,
sound like
hustling,
him, too.
hustling, 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 hustling. We don't steal cars. Whip it real hard. Whip it real hard. Yeah, man. Every day, man.
That's it. So you find us. What was, other than just had sex in the name, what was that you found was intriguing?
The podcast.
The fact that we were local? for you?
It was more. No, it was more the fact that you guys was doing something and y'all was taking control of your life and you was doing something independently.
He likes stuff like that.
You know what I mean? Because that's
like,
who I am.
Yeah, we like running into
So,
people more
I seen
like-minded.
that, and I seen that, yo, this is an opportunity that two people who independently working together could come together and make something happen.
Resources.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's what's happened. Obviously the freedom and the celebration of sexuality is part and parcel. It's one side of the coin here.
Exactly.
The other side in the pews is the exposure of the ill effects historically of religion on people being able to have a healthy sexuality. What were your guys' religious upbringings, if anything?
I was raised to believe in God. I wasn't like super Christian. Like none of my family really pushed it on me. They just was real about it. They just like I was raised by my grandmother more than my mom, so she was like my mom, and she used to always talk about God to me, and she just taught me about
So you were being condemned for it. Well, no, your grandfather and your great grandfather were showing you porn, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I wasn't condemned. No, I wasn't in a condemned situation.
That's
like
good. That's healthy.
My people are realists, so they believe in God, but they, they live their life. Like my grandmother, I got a grandmother now, beat like 7 cancers, and she do what she do. She smoke weed and all that stuff.
That's probably why she beat the 7 cancers.
Yeah, and she do what she do.
How it happened for me.
I never was like
into, God was a lot of life happening. Things were happening to me at a young age, and it brought me to God. I didn't read the Bible. I wasn't really into church. I wasn't around. My household definitely wasn't into God or anything of it. You know what I'm saying? It was just life happening. Situations happened to me as a child, and I felt God. It was a difference.
Well, I don't believe in God. I know there's a God.
Yeah.
Right. And
that's deeper.
That's the truth.
Hey, I like that.
It's just again, just knowledge. It's just an articulation. And so what?
Words, but that was deeper.
Yeah.
I like that. Give me gaps on
that.
Here's the difference.
Deep.
Believing is for the kids in Santa Claus.
Right, it's like a question.
I believe in Santa Claus.
It's like a question.
I believe in the Easter Bunny. I believe in the sugar daddy in the sky.
Right,
well, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
There's no sugar daddy in the sky. The spirit of God lives inside of everybody.
It does.
And so I know God because we see the evidence. There's Dawn.
Yes.
Dawn coming in the pews, her first appearance. That's the mother of the 6. That's the caregiver of Connor. Is Connor here?
Yeah.
Okay, where's Connor? Oh, mommy called in sick. Well, I'd have you on the microphone if you want, but you look like you're Russian. Are you Russian?
I'm actually Norwegian and Irish.
She's a Norwegian and Irish. She's out like a fat girl in dodgeball. Is what she is right there. No, that's the mother of our 6.
That's
and my former wife bringing me dinner for later.
That's awesome.
Because as the beautiful humans who are watching on YouTube can see, I got a bandage all over my right ear. I had a pretty bad skin cancer situation there. Just had surgery yesterday, and she's bringing me dinner. Clam linguine. Oh, my gosh. She makes she's a great cook anyway. So what happened with us, and the folks know that our regular listeners, is that I wanted to have an open marriage after we got out of religion.
Right.
She wasn't into it. So instead, we had an open divorce.
Oh.
So once we got divorced, she was cool with
y'all being open. It's like y'all better friends.
It's like it's just how the religion just binded her like that.
Well, there's that too, but I'm a pain in the ass to live with, and so is she. In our own unique, loving ways. It's just better for us not to live with each other.
But do you know what I should have
they need space.
In my opinion, I know you probably feel this way too.
Space.
Y'all should have stayed married and then had the same, because that's what you were shooting for. Basically, open marriage. That's the same thing, kind of like what y'all got.
Yeah, but yes, definitely.
Yeah.
However, because of, like, for example, and this is not even a negative thing, it's just a fact.
Right.
Dawn is from a farm. She goes to bed early. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm a city boy. I go to bed. Well, sometimes I'll go to bed early if I'm tired, but a lot of times I'll be up till 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Well, that doesn't work out.
No.
Plus, for what I do for a living besides the podcast, I do life coaching, and most of it's on the telephone. And I'm a loud talker. It's a pain in the ass to live with somebody like that. I'm not doing anything wrong.
No.
It just was aggravating.
But you know
she
what?
wants
That's
to sleep.
good. That's good, but
that's good. Y'all got to
that's
understand.
good. Y'all did that. I
Yeah.
can't even give a butt to. It's just good.
So what happened was after we got divorced and we had a little bit of
But
healing
isn't
time.
that expensive? Like going through a divorce, having 2 different homes and stuff like that?
Well, if you listen to the coaches, 6 pillars of a potentially long-term relationship, well, hold on, I'll do the exact episode.
Okay,
Bear with me here for a second.
that's fine.
It is the 6 coaches. Where the hell is it? Are the coaches' 6 pillars to a long-term relationship in 3, 2, 1. Episode 70. Episode 70, I explain the 6 pillars of a potentially long-term relationship. Now, one of the pillars, it's a really important one, is to have what I call the decompression chamber. It's another location. It might be renting a Craigslist room, just that you can have access to.
Right.
That when push comes to shove, and you need some space, it's pimped out. You got your music, you got your
You
plants.
sound like me. You go there and
That's
just be
why I
creative
wanted-
and just do some shit.
Right, and
We have
but
a lot of land. That's what we should have did with
well,
that
but it's a
trailer.
place where a
Boom.
lot of couples. I'm not saying you guys would ever have an argument, but this is typically when the guy ends up sleeping on the couch, or the woman goes home to her mom or her best
Or the
friend,
kids.
and it's just like fuck that shit. We've got a place to go because we have knowledge. We know shit's going to happen, so we're going to have this place, this decompression chamber, where even if everything's going great, sometimes you just need some space.
Right.
And we know that absence makes the heart grow fonder. It would maybe even you would fuck in there sometimes.
Yep.
But
you're right.
and another huge pillar of the 6 pillars on episode 70 is openness. It's for the vast majority of couples it takes religion and government make good people liars.
Right.
You guys would never lie to each other about most anything, but if you have sex with somebody that you're not married to, you gotta lie about it,
Right.
or you gotta lie you're thinking about it.
Right.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit.
You can't just be an honest thinker.
Man, people can't even
See,
look at
and
other
they
people.
look at people that are honest thinkers crazy. They literally what the fuck? Like I'm just an honest thinker. This is like how people think that are honestly without somebody thinking for them.
Just today, I found this meme on polyamory, and it says it's got a little checklist here. See, polyamory,
Yeah.
and it says, which for you guys know, it means basically that you think that there's a potential. In fact, you're in favor of the possibility of falling in love with more than one person.
Right,
That there's many ways to love,
Right.
and there's much room in the human soul and heart for love. Okay,
Definitely.
so that's polyamory. It says polyamory. It says it fixes your marriage. That's X'd out. Then it says sex all the time. That's X'd out. Then it says loving more than one person ethically. That's checked. That's the perspective that polyamory brings. Polyamorous don't have sex all the time. You guys don't even have sex all the time.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
seen
right.
we seen one couple. They said that even though they have he had all these different women, they all sleep with him separately. There's no threesomes. There's nothing like that.
Whatever
So
works.
people probably
Whatever
think
works
that
for
it's all about sex for them, but no, it's not.
No.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Everybody is.
Next.
I like the aspect. Sorry to interrupt.
So they
but
make
I
their
like,
own
I like
labels.
the aspect of openness because of the fact that it just gives people a way to explore, and it give. In my aspect, like I don't have to put the pressures all on my spouse to be one person, and I don't.
And
I
a
just
lot
want,
of women
want people to live.
exactly. A lot of
It's
people.
a ship.
A lot
It's
of women think,
relationship.
James, when guys want to go elsewhere, they think, "What? I'm not enough."
Yeah.
No, honey,
Like, hell
you're
no,
not
you
enough.
everything.
You're right. You're everything, and you're not enough. You're both.
Mm-hmm.
See, we want to control our partner's genitalia
Right.
because we want control,
Right.
and we want to be controlled
Right.
because we know we don't have no control. What a twisted
Mind.
The
And
only
then
thing-
people be like, oh,
The only
like, yeah,
thing that
your mind
I
thinking
focus, my biggest focus on relationship is not really the relationships of who she have with other people or stuff like that. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about like jealousy, relationships with other people. My only thing about relationships is the real aspects. We talk about foundation, structure. You know what I mean? Where we're gonna go.
If somebody keeps their word,
legacies.
how about that?
Legacies, huh?
If somebody keeps their word.
Yeah.
But see,
yeah.
if somebody doesn't keep their word about sexuality, that's like the worst thing you could do.
Right.
You're
right.
a cheater. You're a liar.
Yeah.
You got into a wrong or an ineffective paradigm right from the get-go.
Right.
Jesus.
You're right. I don't never want to have no sexual stronghold. I would never, if I ever left her, I would never have no other type of relationship but open relationship.
People get the word cheating, and
I
then
wouldn't have no other relationship.
somebody was talking about it. I think we were listening to somebody, and they were saying like the perfect example. People think of cheating, they think like physically this person's going and physically having sex with somebody. That's the form of cheating.
Right.
When people are going out there showing attention more to the other spouse, giving them more than what they would even give you, and treating them better than they would treat you, is cheating on you.
Yeah.
Because they're giving their love to this person, not their dick, their love
Can you
to
say that
this
again like that?
person.
And not their what?
Dick.
But see, that's the beauty.
But
see, that's
not
the beauty
just their
of
dick,
openness,
you know.
though.
So that's why a lot of people, they think that cheating is just one thing, like there's sex, but cheating really is like when you're giving your this and it's not given to you.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways to cheat people or to rob from people,
Rob.
to be
Yep.
unfaithful.
That's
or-
more like open.
Yep.
That's more like monogamous though, like in a sense, because in a sense I could say, oh yeah, my wife, she laughs more at this guy's jokes more than she laughs at mine.
That's not possible.
And then and
Yeah,
in a
when I'm around you
sense-
more and I'm there, you see.
No,
See?
but I'm saying in a sense you would people would consider that as cheating and stuff like that. I done seen all kinds of scenarios. I used to be
It's
a big
like- it's a
jealous
big
person when I was younger.
It's on
What
all
was the
different
What was the
forms.
biggest thing that you got over your jealousy by?
When I got up because I noticed it was stupid. Stuff like that. Oh, you showing
Waste
more
of
person attention than
argument.
me. Oh, you like that person, what you don't like me? I'm not insecure. So I was wondering why I'm putting myself in insecure positions, because I'm not insecure. You know, I'm secure of who I am as a person and as a spiritual
'Cause
being. So why is
After
I
a long
worrying
time,
about
if a woman keeps on being told that, they're eventually going to be like, this is just tiring, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
and vice-
constantly
and-
like,
and
oh,
vice
you
versa.
like this
Anyone,
or
yeah,
this or this.
anyone.
Yeah, anybody, yeah.
that's just too much pressure and it don't get you nowhere. I'm a real I think deeper than the skin. So I'm looking at stuff I'm looking at my future always. I'm always looking at my future, my structure, where because I'm one of those kids when they asked when you was little where you wanted to go in life, and I knew. I found out and I knew where I wanted to go. So I'm always focused on that, and I found that to be a distraction. Really, technically.
Yeah, no, jealousy and insecurity is a distraction.
Yeah, the whole
no doubt about
the whole
it. What a-
monogamous
what a-
thing is a
what
distraction.
What a waste of energy and emotion. And
Right.
shit, Jesus Christ.
The whole
Lillian.
monogamous thing to me is a distraction.
Did you ever notice how close monogamy is to monotony?
What's monotony? I heard of that word, but I don't understand
know.
that term.
See, maybe a college education would have helped a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay, because I don't know that word.
Monotony's boredom. Monotony. It's
it means
monotony.
bored.
It's
Okay.
just doing the same thing over and over and over. Just
over,
fucking
yeah.
bored.
Bored of it.
Monogamy and monotony. You guys,
why they sound
that's
alike.
the shit you guys learned today here in the pews.
Yeah.
You learn what
Yeah.
monotony
You learn
is.
something new every day.
Fucking
Damn,
right.
is the word the word come from that?
Well, it's
It
they
sounds
both
like
have
it.
mono.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it,
And what happens when you get really sick? You have mononucleosis.
Yeah.
Mono is not good.
No.
It's like a standstill.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Shit,
that.
you definitely
my
don't
God.
like
Stay away
listening
from
to
mono.
music in mono.
Well, you guys, I know you've got to go pick up the kiddies.
Yes, we do.
Responsible parents that you are.
Yes, we are.
But-
We're responsible freaky parents.
Yes.
But I love
we
my
do
kids.
a lot. There'll be another time.
his
we'll
family-
give
Responsible
us time.
freaky
Yeah, when
parents.
it's parents' time, it's game over. Boop, boop. Doom, doom, doom.
Well, fortunately, we are close here to the
Each other, yeah.
Jingleheimer Schmidt Farm Studios. So I think that you guys might be entering the power rotation, if you know what I'm
That'd be
saying.
Yeah,
Fine.
anytime you want me, I'm coming.
Yes.
Just
All right. Well, it's
Throw
just
it in the
it's
schedule.
We
it's
will be
been
here.
amazing. Well, thank you very much. And
Welcome.
again, the websites are
JayLa.
JayLaInc.com. Matter of fact, just Google JayLa Inc.
And
So you
then,
can see the family. Google
Yes.
JayLa Inc. It'll take
and
you
then our
everywhere.
shoes are thejaylas.com.
and the Insta handle is JayLa Inc. Right?
Yep.
JayLa Inc. Media.
Media.
JayLa Inc. But if I'm telling
Google,
you,
just Google JayLa Inc.
It's the simple.
all us.
It's really literally that simple.
Everything that pops up on there
Google
will be
JayLa
us.
Inc. and you're gonna see everything, and everything will take you everywhere.
Google
well, you
us.
have to do a little bit more clicking before you see everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'm serious. I gotta
wanna see that
set up.
porn?
You go to
That's
the
what you
Twitter.
wanna
You go to
see.
Twitter.
Go to
You
that
go see a
JayLa.
link that's gonna send you somewhere
.com.
else. You go see a link.
Exactly what I'm going to do as soon as you
That
guys
porn,
leave.
JayLa.com.
JayLa.com.
Made it like Walmart.
Fucking right.
Yes.
All right.
The
well,
new generation of adult media.
We do everything you want.
Yeah, because we make all stuff
All type of
18
media.
and over appropriate, but it's all type of media.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing once you guys leave.
That's
After having some of that delicious clam linguine that does,
good,
right?
yeah.
Well, the shit that I learned today is that James did not smoke weed, did not have sex before he got with the white boys. Up there in the
Yeah.
Safety
Shout out
Harbor,
to my
up-
UA crew. They're my UA crew, man. Shout out to them guys, Underground Army. I love you guys, man. Y'all helped me when my mom kicked me out. Y'all snuck me in y'all parents' house. It's fed me cold pizza. I'll never forget that shit. Holla.
That is amazing. Well, our stuff is at just Google sexinthepews.com. And,
Sex in the Pews.
and it will get you to the Instagram and Facebook. And please submit your dick pic of the week. We have a dick pic of the week contest. And we know, JayLa.
What's the prize? Do we want to hide it coming in our bedroom?
The prize is the Got Splinters T-shirt that you guys already are.
Okay.
We're already winners.
Because you were our
Y'all
special
need a
guest.
booty pic of the week.
Yeah, well, the dick pic of the week is women, generally speaking, do not want to have unsolicited dicks slide into their DM
Right.
or whatever the fuck. And so, but guys do have a desire to see and to share our dicks because we think
We
differently.
always want to.
We want to see things. We think we know we want to see your boobs and your ass and shit like that. So we think you want to see it. Guys, no, they don't.
Yep.
So if you have a need to send a dick
it here.
and the dick pic is just a famous dick, a famous Richard. Like
All
Vice
right.
President Dick Cheney
Oh,
or
that's
Dick
cool.
Van Dyke. And we get the pictures and a little funny caption. And Dick Butkus is on there right now, famous linebacker for the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Awesome.
His name is Dick Butkus.
Okay.
I mean, that's the greatest sexy name
Dick
ever.
Butkus.
And he was a mean
What
motherfucker.
about Dick Tracy? I like Dick Tracy.
I don't think we have Dick Tracy up there yet.
We're gonna, you
All
gotta
right,
find a Dick
all right.
Tracy.
We'll get a Dick Tracy. So you go to Sex in the Pews and give us that 5-star review on the Apple Podcasts and write a review. We really appreciate that. Subscribe, please. And tell your friends that you found a fairly interesting conversation that does shit like this, reminding you that you are perfect and righteous and holy and sinless, blameless, faultless, stainless. You're stainless steel. You're without spot. You're without wrinkle. You are Pawan dry cleaned.
Sits in the pew.
And God and you and everyone that we've ever talked about on the show and everyone we will never talk about on the show, that's everybody on the planet, are one. And you are the perfect love of God.
Yeah.
Nothing can separate you from it because nothing can separate you from yourself.
God.
Everybody we were not born sinners like Christianity teaches.
Right.
We were born righteous.
Right.
We were born saints. Imagine how people would respond differently in their life if they didn't think they were a sinner. If they were told by day one, as I told my grandson, the first thing I ever said to him, hello, I love you, you righteous, perfect, holy, sinless little baby
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't know.
Well, you guys, we love you. And until next time, this is Glenn Klein from the Jingleheimer Schmidt Farm Studios saying, Shalom, everybody.
Holla.
Love you.
We love you, world.
Love.
Mean it.